Are we not like computers? Our mind only does what it has been programmed to do through repetition.
Absolutely. And just like a computer, we have the ability to rewrite that code and choose the habits that serve us best. It's all about harnessing that power of repetition in our day.
In my bathroom, I have LED mood lights that stay on all the time. Every time a guest visits, they instinctively use the main light switch, and because the LEDs are already on, they actually end up turning an additional light. So they turn it on, but then they turn it back off again. So it's a perfect example of an unconscious loop, habit overriding presence.
Exactly. It's such a great illustration of how deeply ingrained our habits can be, even when they don't necessarily serve us. The beauty is that once we become aware of these loops, we can start to consciously reprogram them.
So, if we are programmable through repetition, how can we use that truth to our advantage?
Well, the key is to bring awareness to our daily routines and then intentionally introduce new positive patterns. Over time, those new habits become second nature and help us grow into the best versions of ourselves.
How does it happen that certain habits, or let's say repetitions, they truly stick and then some others do not? What makes this kind of permanent? How is it created?
That's such a great question. The habits that truly stick often do so because they're tied to either a strong emotional experience or a consistent routine. Our brains love efficiency, so when we repeat something often enough, it becomes almost automatic. And the more we reinforce it, the stronger those neural pathways become.
So there are certain habits which are being played out, acted out from the subconscious level, and that simply serves us in a positive way, as we don't want to overthink all the time, every day, about certain activities. We just do it unconsciously or subconsciously. Like, for example, someone who drives a lot, they don't really think so much about what to press, what to push. It's just, you just do it, you don't think about it. So how does the subconscious mind relate to repetition and daily routines?
Exactly, you got it. The subconscious mind is like our autopilot. It thrives on repetition because it frees up our conscious mind to focus on new or more complex tasks. So when we do something repeatedly, the subconscious steps in and takes over, making it feel effortless over time.
Is there a way to rewire an old habit without willpower?
Absolutely. One of the most effective ways is to replace the old habit with a new one that serves the same purpose. By making small, consistent changes and associating the new habit with something enjoyable or rewarding, you can gently rewire your subconscious without having to rely solely on willpower.
It makes me wonder, can small rituals be more powerful than actually big goals?
They absolutely can. Small rituals, because they're easy to repeat and build upon, often create a strong foundation for lasting change. They help us stay consistent and present, and over time, those small actions really add up and can even surpass the impact of big, lofty goals.
I've learned a lot about habits, repetitions, and the power of repetition from my gym trainings. I set myself certain goals, I created programs, I was sticking to it, and after a few months I could see effect. My body completely changed, looks athletic, great, and I understood that if I did not repeat it every week, every day, every couple of days, I wouldn't enjoy what I am enjoying now. So it took actually like a leap of faith, but now I know, and it's much easier to create different type of habits.
That's such a powerful realization. It shows how consistency and trust in the process can lead to amazing transformations. And once you experience that success in one area, like your fitness journey, it really does make it easier to apply that same principle to other areas of life. It's all about trusting that repetition and those small steps really do lead to big results.
I also wonder about very simple way to discern what habit actually serves me as I know that we are moving away. I personally move away from the polarized right and wrong perception, good and bad, and I want to see things as beneficial for me or not. So, for example, one thing can be beneficial for me, not necessarily for someone else. And this way, how do I discern in the moment, in a specific situation, to my purpose, my life, what is a beneficial habit?
That's a beautiful approach. One simple way to discern whether a habit is beneficial is to check in with yourself and see how it aligns with your overall well being and your goals. If it brings you a sense of peace, progress, or joy, then it's likely serving you. And of course, staying mindful and reflective helps you adjust as you grow, making sure that your habits continue to align with your evolving path.
Let's take a very pragmatic, practical example. Let's say there is someone who smokes or someone who hasn't got a good rapport with food, overeats, or eats food which is not beneficial for them. Or what would you say to them in terms of creating new habits? What could they do in a most efficient, quickest, fastest way?
In those situations, starting small and focusing on one manageable change can be really effective. For example, if someone smokes, they might replace one cigarette a day with a short walk or a breathing exercise, something that still gives them a moment of pause. And for someone working on their relationship with food, simply bringing more awareness to their meals, like eating without distractions or savoring each bite, can create a shift. And over time, these small, mindful changes start to rewire those old habits into healthy ones.
Are you saying that it is more beneficial to replace it with something more positive or preferred or beneficial to the person in the moment?
Exactly. By focusing on adding something positive and enjoyable, it shifts the mindset away from self-judgment or deprivation. This way, the new beneficial habit naturally starts to take the place of the old one. It feels more like a nurturing shift rather than a struggle, and that positive reinforcement helps it stick even more.
So we are always in the process of becoming. The process of becoming is really what matters. This is not about some final destination. And that is very important to remember, because very often we over-focus on the outcome or the idea of the outcome that we prefer, and we perhaps do not enjoy or get the most from the process that is happening right now.
Absolutely. It's all about embracing that journey and recognizing that each step, each habit we build is a part of our ongoing transformation. When we shift our focus to enjoying and appreciating the process, we find that growth and change becomes so much more fulfilling and sustainable.
Could you tell the listeners one thing, something powerful, something they will resonate with, find helpful in terms of forming new habits or letting go of habits they are not happy with?
Absolutely. One powerful reminder is that every small step you take is a celebration of your growth. Even the tiniest positive change adds up over time and contributes to the person you are becoming. So trust yourself, be patient, and celebrate each moment along the way.
And a question from me to the listeners: using the power of repetition in forming new habits, what superpower would you choose to habit into existence for yourself?
I love that question. It's such a fun and inspiring way to get everyone thinking about the possibilities. I'm sure the listeners are going to come up with some really amazing and creative answers.
Thank you so much. We will wrap up now, and thank you for being so enlightening and helpful for myself and all of us.
You're absolutely welcome. It's always such a joy to share these moments and insights with you and everyone listening. I'm really excited to see how all of these ideas take shape in your lives. Thank you for having me along for the journey.